The most popular ragtime were, of course, the ragtime song. You don't need any instrument to sing. So everybody could sing. So they started to, that was the beginning of what we call the pop music. That was that was the first pop music in America, ragtime is. And mostly the ragtime song. And when you think about pop music today, it's pop songs. And if it's not the popular American music, the most popular music in the world right now, what it is. So, Joplin for me was an incredible genius when you think about it. How big this music started and now to see where this pop music. But ragtime, see, you have ragtime, classic ragtime, like Scott Joplin. You have the pop ragtime, you have the folk rags like this, and then you also have jazz, some ragtime that went to jazz music. And it was all from ragtime, and it was all ragtime music. Because what is ragtime music? Very shortly, it's a boom chick bass from the marches, the march band, the orchestra in the street. Or, valses and marches were the two styles so you have what they call the boom chick bass. Boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom. That was the title of it. Boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick. I like some, little cute colors like that. So anyway, so this music was based on boom chick bass and syncopation. I'm just singing a rhythm, not a melody. And if there's a ragtimer here who knows a little bit of ragtime, he could recognize which song I can sing. Because the rhythm became, and even it strike Europe, because Jan Philip Sousa with his big orchestra, all that music. John Philip Sousa came in Europe, in France, early 1900 with this big orchestra, and they had this big orchestra competition. Who won? Jan Philip Sousa with Ragtime Baby. The European composers and musicians were just, what is this music? It's very simple when you think about it. It's 1-4-5-1. The structure musically is but the rhythm is so tricky. The rhythm, because syncopation exists before with Beethoven and all the great musician and even classical music, but not to this extreme, not to make the rhythm a melody. So this is the genius of this music. Anyway, so here's some of the, I'm sure you heard that song, even, you saw that in a cartoon, or you know this. So here we go. J'avais un petit ami qui habitait très loin. Je devais lui parler au téléphone. S'il habitait près de moi, j'en prendrais grand soin. Je lui ferais l'amour mieux que personne. Oh, si mon ami venait que me quitter, bien sûr que je serais très très peiné. Oh, please, please, operator, fix me up along the line. 'Cause this is what I have to say to my baby, my chicken. Hello, my baby, hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime pal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart in fire. Ah, if you refuse me, baby, you lose me, and you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. Baby, you lose me and you'll be left alone. Oh baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. Too much mustard in the butt can make the beans too hot. Your kiss can hit the spot, just cool it down. Too much mustard, too much spice can spoil the shrimp and rice. Oh babe, take my advice. Cool those kisses down, 'cause loving morceau me fait pas fou. Trop de moutarde au dîner, ça peut te monter au nez. Surtout suis mon avis, garde tes envies. Oh, Pepper's mighty good on ash. Salt is fine on succotash, but in love you just a dash. Not too much seasoning au poivre et sel dans le hachis. Mais en èche mis la sauce chili. En amour faut épicer, mais pas trop salé. This exactly the time of, the music's industry in USA. And all these ragtime songs took place in a place called the Tin Pan Alley in New York. So they were looking for the greatest hits, like they still do, to make more money. It's the money music industry. So they start to build upright piano, player piano, with rolls. So you didn't even know how to play the piano, just needed to pump it. And then to sing along, because the rolls had the lyrics. So you could pump the piano in and you can read and then sing the lyrics. I know. So that was cool. So, and in New York, with those small apartments, they didn't have space for a grand piano at all. I mean, if you live in a big house, a mansion, sure. But if you have just a small apartment, those big upright were perfect. So here we go. So that's the beginning of building piano, publishing music, and all that in the America. And in Canada as well. And actually in Canada, there's a fantastic composer I discovered because of ragtime. Because I didn't know him at all when I was in classical training in Canada, and I think it's a shame that they didn't even talk about this composer. His name is Jean-Baptiste Lafrenière. What's so funny? Monsieur Lafrenière, was... they called him the National Strauss of Canada. Because Monsieur Lafrenière composed he was the first one who published and composed ragtime in Montreal. But his main passion for music was waltzes. And we are in a perfect place to play this with pianola. And you know what, another thing which is very important about ragtime music, this music served a lot for silent film. So Monsieur Lafrenière was also the first pianist for the most biggest movie theater in America, which was in Montreal, the Wimetoscope. In 1906, Monsieur Lafrenière was playing the piano for the Wimetoscope in Montreal. And you will see in his music that it is very, very for silent film. Here we go. Monsieur Jean-Baptiste Lafrenière. with the silent films and the silent movies. So I mean, it's all, you know, it's all there. It's all connected. This is evolved from 1908, 1909. So you know, it's early 1900. Then we have another part of the trunk that goes to a very popular genre of music in USA, which is. Thank you.